Hey, Albert, I know you've been really busy. I want to take some time to thank you for doing this. I know we've been trying to schedule this thing for a couple months now, and we finally are able to do it. Uh, oh, Steph is with us too, so awesome. Hey, so is LA up and running again, or what?
I mean, I'm still running,
Yeah, yeah,
but most people are not. Yeah, it's actually the best thing that has happened to me personally
yeah,
because my revenue has tripled.
yeah.
Maybe it's gonna be closer to 5x
Mm,
be-
nice.
because my industry, which is real estate and mortgages,
Yeah.
everybody is. I mean, if you think about it, you're from this area too, right? Or
Uh,
you're from Texas, right?
Texas, yeah,
Yeah.
Texas.
So there is nobody in this space that is on social media that has a leader that's verified on social media
Yeah,
that has the that controls the narrative. So
yeah.
what I mean by controlling the narrative is like when you speak, people listen and you have an audience. So nobody in this industry has somebody that's leading the way and getting a
Mm,
bunch of attention. So because of the COVID, everybody in our industry, they kind of shut down, got scared and paranoid, and they're not
mm,
doing anything. They're playing defense. I'm teaching all my people, like I'm having all my people attack. Let's go on
yeah.
offense. Let's attack way more. And we've been doing that, and our numbers have just skyrocketed. Like like I never imagined that this would happen,
Yeah,
but I just focused on creating on massive action, like your shirt,
yeah.
like your sweater, and we got all these amazing results. So we're doing fantastic. I'm really happy about this COVID.
And I know I saw an interview a while back, and I apologize if I didn't give you the proper intro, but I know we're kind
Oh,
of pressed for time, but and I'm pretty sure people are going to start to follow you after this because your story's amazing. But uh, back to what you said, uh, did that start by you being proactive early on? Because I know that you hit social media pretty hard maybe a couple of years back when everybody else probably in your industry was kind of lagging and they thought it was still for kids, but you kind of went all in and you said, you know what, the social media is going to be where it's at. And I think now how you said everybody's in a scared state of mind. They're kind of looking up to you to see what to do next. So now you kind of control your industry and your city.
yeah. Well, what's one word? Mentors.
Mhm.
The quality of mentors that I have
Yeah,
is second to none.
yeah,
And most people, when something like this happens, a tragedy, they go to their close people, and
mm,
most of their close people are nowhere near the people that I have.
mm,
So I don't watch the news. Like actually, somebody that follows me, I said whoever throws their TV out of their balcony and tags me, like I'm gonna pay for the TV or something like that. And I had a bunch of people throwing their TVs out of the balcony when this whole COVID started, and people were tagging me, and it was funny, but that's exactly what I feel about it. Like I don't watch TV. Like our TVs are never used. We have two TVs, we never use them,
mm,
and they're just scaring people. And then you have your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, and your high school buddies paranoid. So they're telling you you shouldn't be outside, you should wear a mask, you should be scared. So people get scared and they contract.
mm.
I had one call. I called Bobby. So before, when this happened and it hit me for one day, I said, "Well, what am I gonna do? Is this the end of? Is this finally the end of Albert? Am I gonna close down tomorrow? Am I gonna fire everybody? What am I gonna do?"
Yeah,
So I was kind of paranoid. So that one day, I think I had like I don't know if you know 1942 tequila. I
yeah.
think I think I had like 8 shots, and
Mm,
and and I just knocked out and laid on the couch. And then I woke up the next morning, and I called Bobby Castro.
yeah,
I spoke to, Bobby Castro, right?
yeah, yeah, Bobby.
I spoke to Bobby Castro, and we had the most powerful 2-hour conversation that I've ever had.
Yeah,
And he told me what to do. He said, Albert, you got to lead by example. You got to get your hands and feet dirty, and you have to go to war. You have
yeah,
to go, even though you're the CEO and you're the leader, you have to go back to producing so that everybody sees that you're able to produce, so everybody follows you. So I got back into producing hardcore. So I was producing and calling clients myself and doing a lot of focusing on production, and that energy was passed through to all my people, and then everybody started producing, and then we just blew up. I don't know if you saw some of my videos and posts. I was telling people, hey, I'm back. Call me, hit me
Oh,
up.
yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to personally help you out. I'm going to give you this mentorship session for free if I help you with your loan or with your real estate. And that just like, it turned us to a whole different level that I never imagined before. And that's how everything happened. But it's because of mentors. Like mentor and the mentors that I have are powerful, and they're going to give you the right advice. Everybody right now wants to give advice. And a lot of that advice is garbage advice. You have to be very, very selective who you listen to.
Yeah, that's so true. And I know, because I follow Patrick just as well as you. And for a long time, Patrick's been talking about, you know what, get ready for the crash, get ready for and like, you know, in a sense, like we were kind of prepared for it. But then when it happened, we're like, oh shit, like it's here. And like we kind of, and I think I kind of did the same thing. Like it took me like a day or two to kind of said, okay, you know what, let me kind of take advantage of this because everybody else is going to be kind of scared. So let me ask you this. I know on a recent interview, you said that you mentioned that you never feel like it's good enough. You never feel like what you're doing is good enough. How are you coping with that now? Like, because you've accomplished a lot and you're still building, but you know, as entrepreneurs, as business owners, like we kind of feel that emptiness sometimes. How are you dealing with that?
I always set higher targets. Like
Okay.
I don't know if I'm one of a kind, but there's those one of a kind people. Like when you accomplish something, you want more, so you get into another mess. So like right now, I'm playing the game of. I have something that I call the game of levels. So for example, you might be at a level 5, and let's just say Robert could be at a level 7, and then you have billionaire Bob that's level 26, for example. And then you have most people that are negative levels. So when what I focus on is how do I get to that next level? So if I'm at level 5, how do I get to level 6, level 7, level 8? And it's little tweaks, because you're not going to recreate yourself completely, but it's like little tweaks. So that's why like last year I did a few things that were like, how can I get better? So I went like on 30 days, no alcohol. And that just made me like really think really sharp. And then I said, I'm going to do 90 days, no alcohol. And then that little change, it just saved me so many hours. It helped me focus, and it helped me prepare for Driven 4, Driven 3. And then we did the Driven Business Boot Camp. So if you notice, like Driven event started as a 1-day event.
Yeah.
Then we did a 2-day event. Then we did a 3-day event. Then I said, well, how do we make this bigger? Let's create a business boot camp. We weren't prepared for it, but I'm always like, committing to more things. Like, how can we do more interviews? How can we hire more people? How can we invest a lot more money in our company? How can we buy or create our own CRM? Most companies use like Salesforce or those CRMs that are the popular ones. I said, how do we get $1 million CRM? So we're investing in those kind of things. Just like I went all out on Instagram and Facebook, and I started investing in it. I started spending $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month on ads. So I was promoting myself, and people were like, "Get off my feed! I don't want to see that shit. Get off, get off!" And people start complaining because I'm promoting personal posts. So I'm posting a picture of me and Sil, and we're having dinner. I'm promoting that shit, and people are like, "Why are you promoting that? I don't want to see that." And I'm promoting it because I want to get in front of people that are strangers. And people were like questioning, but I'm like, well, now are you questioning my verification on all these platforms? Now are you questioning me on how we're not surviving, but we're thriving in this pandemic? So everything that I did was because I was attacking. And the moment you stop attacking, you go down and you
You go
die. So
down.
that's right now, like, okay, I had the biggest last 30 days of my life, completeness, revenue wise, and happy wise.
Mm.
And what am I going to do? Am I going to take a break? No, I'm going to keep attacking more. So I just keep attacking because maybe Ed Milet is right. I don't think he's right, but maybe he is. He told me that maybe you're afraid of being broke. Like he is. He said, I'm worth $500 million, but I'm still afraid of being broke. And maybe I remember all those painful moments and I'm like, I'm not going to go back to that. So I'm going to keep attacking. I'm going to keep working like 18 hours a day. I'm going to keep spoiling my wife. I'm going to keep having my nice cars. I'm going to keep living in the best areas. I'm going to keep spending money, but I'm going to focus on creating. And I'm going to create so much that it doesn't matter if I spend a lot. I'm still going to have lots of leftovers. So I'm going to have abundance. So I'm always searching for that abundance. I'm chasing it.
How would you go about like seeing what level you're at? Like how can someone go about seeing what level they're at to see exactly to see exactly what level they're at to see where they need to go up to? Because I know, let's say you're at level 3, can you go up to a level 6, or you should probably go up to a level 5 first? And or what do you think?
Yeah, you got to go to level 4, then to level 5, then to
okay,
level 6.
okay.
You can't skip levels.
Okay.
You could go to the next level faster with the help of mentors and self-improvement. Self-improvement and having mentors, that's the number one thing that you need. Like that's my key to success.
Yeah.
And I make the mistake of trying to become like this $100 million person or this $200 million person. I'm like, wait a minute. First, start where you're at. So like, for example, I'll give you an influencer. I'm not going to say his name. You guys can probably take a guess, but this influencer, he was at 100 million, 200 million and had a bunch of real estate apartments, investor and all this stuff. And I try to compare myself. Well, how do I become this guy next year? And I was making that mistake. So what I started doing was studying this person's past. So I rewinded him 5 years ago and I watched all his old YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And I started studying like, wait, I'm going to catch him on a cycle where I am today. And from there on, I'm going to copy all the things that he did right. And I'm going to eliminate all those mistakes that he made.
Yeah.
So I started, and that allowed me to keep growing. But you have to start where you're at. So if you're at 100,000, stop focusing on 1 million. Focus on doubling. Double every year. So go from 100. Next year, you're going to do 200. The following year, 400. The following year, 800. And then you're going to break the 1 million.
I see what you're saying. And if you don't want to go into that, it's fine. That influencer you were speaking about, do you think that relationship will come back?
I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. I lost care because I like people that are ethical.
Yeah.
I like people that genuinely want to help people. And I like people that put friendship before money.
Yeah.
So if you notice certain people, they're lonely. Like people don't stick around. People that you can't fake it forever. Yeah. And I'm talking about just being a good person, because if you put money first, it's fine because that's gonna give you money. But some of these relationships that I've been able to keep for long periods of time, like Bobby Castro, like Patrick Bet-David, like Brad Lee. Bobby Castro is one of the newest ones. But these people, like you could tell when people are just genuinely, they want to help.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And I'm just, maybe I'm wrong, but I believe in karma.
Yeah. Just
like Ed Milet. And I think when you focus on doing the right thing before money will come.
Yeah.
And I have also billionaire mentors that I know, and all of these billionaires have always told me, focus on helping focus on helping the masses.
Yeah.
And one billionaire told me this powerful sentence. He said, if you focus on helping the masses, Albert, you will become wealthy. Mm-hmm. But if you focus on helping the wealthy, you will become poor. So I knew that all my businesses have to be focused on helping the masses. Yeah. And not everybody's going to like you. So there's going to be 10% that don't like you because they're going to hate on you. They're not going to like that you're too real. And that's fine. But those 90% that are going to like you, do it for them. And then you don't have to ever worry about I did something that wasn't right, it's going to come back to me. I want to have a clear mind all the time. That's why I'm committed to my wife. I'm not a cheater. I'm not out there using my Ferraris, my Rolls Royces to get hot girls. I'm not going to nightclubs. I don't do that stuff because I know that it'll come back. And I don't want to jeopardize my wife, and I don't want to jeopardize my kids, and I don't want to jeopardize my good friends.
Yeah, that's so true. Because I think once you kind of get up to those higher levels, they kind of can see through bullshit. They can kind of see if this guy's like fake. They see how you treat your family. They see how you treat your wife. And it really goes a long way. I think it goes back to like, if you ever want to see how someone really is like taking them to lunch and see how they treat the wait staff and see how they treat everybody else. And it almost gives you like an insight of who they really are as a person. I think that's kind of, and I think what you're saying is like, once you get up to those higher levels, which is where you're at, you have to just be this is who I am, and I'm gonna be ethical, and I'm gonna just be true to myself and be true to my family, and I think the world's gonna see that, and I think we all see that.
And that's really important for everybody watching this to know. Like, treat everybody with respect and treat everybody the same and very, very well. For example, a janitor, doesn't matter if he's a janitor, treat him the same way you're going to treat your mom or your dad, because that janitor could be your dad. And I don't think you would want somebody disrespecting your dad or your mom.
Yeah, that's so true. And that really goes a long way. I want to ask you about a relationship you had, not a relationship, friendship with Ty Lopez. How did that, like, was that the one that like really sparked hey, you need a, is he the one that really sparked you to say, you know what, you got to build your personal brand?
I would say so, because back when I had Driven One, I needed to get an influencer to come to Driven One to bring in his audience.
Yeah.
So then this influence, because nobody knew who Albert was 3 years ago. Yeah. So I had my first Driven conference that turned into an event, but I needed to bring this influencer to bring his people in so that then I could convert those people to follow me and like me. And then the second Driven, I said, I need to get the best guy for mindset. So I brought in Tim Grover because I want to learn from the guy that trained Kobe and Jordan. So by paying these guys, these masters of their trade, right? I was able to like get on the phone with them, spend time with them, make them my friends, and squeeze in all that information. And if you know me right, if you know me well, you know how much I like to sponge out information. So I said I got to learn that mindset from Tim Grover, because he trained Jordan and Kobe, two of the toughest competitors in sports. And then I said, well, I want to learn systems and operations. So why not bring in Patrick Bet-David? So I brought in Patrick Bet-David to learn that from him. And then I said, well, I got to learn marketing. Why not learn from the best marketing guy out there that everybody, like a lot of people hate on him. Yeah. They talk shit. Is he real? Is he not? So I said, I'm going to invest and I'm going to go meet him and I'm going to find out like who he really is. So I went to his home. I spent a lot of time with him and I learned all the stuff that he was doing. And I said, I'm going to take these 3 things that I like about him the best and I'm going to copy them. So then I did that and it worked fabulously. But I like to learn something from everybody, but I also like to learn from the right people, from the best people. So if you give me an option, you want to learn from an entrepreneur that has a $10 million company, or you want to learn from an entrepreneur that has a $100 million company? I'm going to want to learn from the 100.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I think you cut off for a little bit. Hey, I want to ask you, who was the one that helped you really build your team? Like, who was the one that mentored you and helped you build your team? Because I think that's, growing a business, that's one of a key element is to grow your team. How do you who's someone that helped you do that?
Patrick Bet-David.
Okay.
Patrick Bet-David. Yeah, I love Patrick. When I met Patrick, I was kind of like making a couple million, and I was just I had no systems, no organization. I was just a very, very good producer.
Yeah.
I was a very good recruiter. I was really good at that stuff, but I didn't know what systems or what an operations manual was. I didn't know what metrics were. And
Yeah.
then he started putting all those together, and I created systems for everything. Systems on how to create competition among our people, our agents.
Yeah.
How to create how to track your metrics, and how to look at the metrics, the areas that you want to focus on to grow your revenue. Because there's a lot of categories that are not going to help you with your revenue, but there's going to be certain categories that are going to help you with your revenue, and that are going to help you increase the valuation of your company. So all of that stuff I started implementing, but Patrick was huge on that.
Nice. I got one more question. I know we have to cut it short. Are you doing anything about your like vitamin intake? Because I was talking with um, Michael Burt, and he said that he gets blood work done, and then he has like a custom diet of vitamins and stuff that he takes. Do you do any of that stuff?
I don't do anything really. I don't take anything. I don't take
Okay.
anything. The only thing that I take is my favorite vitamin, and it's vitamin C. And I
Mm,
take vitamin C because I like the sour stuff. So like
okay.
I like I'll get the pill, and I'll rip it so that I
Yeah.
feel all the citrus, and then
Yeah.
I just go like, but I'm just weird. I just like the citrusy, and but that's all I take, vitamin C. And the reason why I take vitamin C is because I know it's good for your immune system, and
Yeah.
especially with I guess I don't know, but I think it's good for the cold. So I
Yeah.
just take my vitamin C, and maybe I don't even know if that's right, but my mom always
Yeah.
told me like take vitamin C so you don't get sick. So I started taking vitamin C, and I just kept taking vitamin C. But I only take protein shakes, and I'll take my energy drink that I like, Celsius.
Yeah.
But that's it. I don't take anything else.
Do you think that like being like that's more like in the mind, like people start to tell themselves I feel sick, and they kind of
Yeah,
make
totally.
themselves sick. Yeah, that's so
Totally,
true.
but something to leave you with is,
Yeah.
like, I have crazy workouts. Like
Mm,
in the morning when I wake up, first thing in the morning I have a workout. I lift weights for an hour and 15 minutes,
mm,
and then I do cardio for like 20 to 40 minutes.
okay.
And while I'm doing my cardio and my workouts, I'm writing stuff. Like I'm taking notes
Yeah.
of what I read, or the self improvement that I did before that. So when I wake up, I do my self improvement for a couple hours, and
Mm,
then I work out for a couple hours. But I'm always working my mind,
mm,
and I'm always learning on my little tweaks. So to get to that next level, I'm
mm,
always focusing on what do I have to learn to get to that next level. What do I have to? So I'm always solving for what is that little tweak that is
mm.
gonna get me to that next level. So every morning, self improvement, and then that workout, and that puts me in my most powerful state, where I feel like nothing can stop me.
Yeah.
Like nothing can stop me to where I'm going.
Nice. What are you studying? What are you reading right now? I know the last time we talked, you were reading the Blue Ocean Strategy. That was a while back. What are you reading right now?
Well, right now I'm studying the formulas and the multipliers that are gonna help the company go up in value.
Mm,
So, for example, like there's formulas for all different types of companies. If you're in, like, let's say you're an
mm,
insurance company, like Patrick's,
yeah.
there's two types of insurances: the annuities, life insurance type,
Mm,
or the property and casualty. So,
mm,
property and casualty are like insurance for cars, insurance for homes,
yeah.
and then there's the life insurance one. Like, for example, which type do you think is worth more?
Probably auto insurance.
Auto and property and casualty are worth more,
Okay.
because those renew. So those get renewed, and
Yeah.
it's passive.
So
So,
are you studying like financials, or are that like uh, business formulas, or what is it?
well, it's like, for example, a real estate, and like my industry,
Yeah.
mortgages. The formula is going to be something like this: how many agents does your company have to have,
Okay.
and how much money is the agent bringing into the company? And so you have to figure out the formulas. You're going to need, if you have 100 agents that close a loan a month, your company's worth X. So that tells you, okay, well, you have to get to 1,000 agents. How do you get to 1,000 agents? And then if you get to 1,000 agents, what's the multiplier? How much is your company going to be worth? So all those things, there's a lot of things that have to do with the how do you value your company. So that's what I've been focusing on. And you have to sit down with a business banker, and they're going to tell you, well, this company sold for this. And you also have to start studying your competitors. One thing that I study every morning that's going to be huge for you is study your competitors. So even though I don't like some of them, or even though I don't like any of them, because I'm a big competitor. Like, I study them every day. So every day I'm studying them and I'm watching their every move, their every little move they make, because I want to crush them. And it might sound a little bit it might sound a little mean, but that's what keeps me like excited. I love winning, you know? So if you're boxing, you're going to try to crush this guy, right? But after you crush him, you'll shake his hand and you'll tell him good fight. But I'm always studying if you don't study your competitors, maybe that's why you're not making it big and you're not improving every year. You got to study your competitors. I study my competitors every morning, and I'm focused. And my main thing right now is, how do I increase the valuation of my company? And it starts with agents. That's why I'm big on recruiting agents. That's why you always see me on social media teasing people with checks and all that stuff. All of that stuff, everything that I do has a big meaning behind it, intention.
Yeah. Man, Albert, where can we find you at? Let everybody know where they can find you at. Man, we definitely got to do a part 2. I'm glad we got more into like the business side of your life, kind of more the way you think, more the way you process things. That's very interesting. Where can everybody find you at?
Well, the best thing to do is just Google me. They could just Google Albert Preciado. And my favorite platform is Instagram.
Okay.
So Instagram is just the Albert Preciado. But if you Google me, you'll find all the stuff about me.
Hey, brother, I appreciate your time. We'll definitely stay connected. Tell everybody I said hello, all right?
I will. Thank you.
All right, brother. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having